Hey guys, CYHD here, and I am back with a review video. So yeah, it's been quite a while since I've done a review video, but instead of it being a My Little Pony episode or something, I'm going to be reviewing the very first episode of a Disney Plus original series, and is also made by Marvel Studios. Yeah, that's right, Loki, the villain from the Thor franchise, or maybe just the villain from the first movie. Yeah, I mean, Loki did get defeated in the first Thor movie, but he still lived on throughout the whole Thor franchise. 2 and 3, he wasn't really a villain. He just, I mean, even after his defeat in the first Avengers movie, yeah, he just turned into a good guy. And honestly, a funny good guy, if you know what I mean. His standards of comedy. For example, in Thor 2, when he said, "Good, you beheaded your own grandfather." But we're not here to talk about that. Yeah, I'm just going to be reviewing the very first Loki episode. And it came out yesterday. And when I watched it yesterday, I loved it. And yeah, I am looking forward to every new episodes that are going to come out every Wednesday. I mean, yeah, it is quite a shock that I'm doing a video like this. I mean, I wanted to tell you guys at the end of Tuesday's video, but I completely forgot. Yeah, I was really disappointed in myself, but heck, why not have this remained as a surprise for you guys? Because I want to do things for you guys' entertainment. I really do. So anyways, let's get on with reviewing the episode, shall we? So the first episode starts where the Avengers were about to arrest Loki back in 2012. Like in the first Avengers movie. But in the fourth Avengers movie, the Avengers go back in time to get some material to help defeat Thanos. But as the Avengers were about to do so, Loki escapes with the Tesseract and ends up in a desert in Mongolia. Then these soldiers that are called the Time... Yeah, these men are called the Minutemen that work at this place called the Time Variance Authority. And so they arrest him for some crimes against the sacred timeline. He tried to get away, but failed to do so. And with that, they reset the timeline, and they also put a collar around his neck. And so whenever he tries to do a little action, they press a button on a remote that resets his action, or just undoes his action. And so they do some tests on him and put him in some kind of prisoner outfit. Then there was this animated advertisement that was all in classic animation. Whether it was like the 40s or the 50s or whatever, where this character named Miss Minutes explains the origin story of the sacred timeline, and the people that commit crimes against it are called variants, and it leads to multiversal warfare. And if you disobey that one rule or talk dismissively to one of the hunters, and the hunters are the Minutemen in this, don't get that wrong. Yeah, but whenever you do that, you're dead. Then we go to the 1540s in France, where we meet Mobius, played by Owen Wilson, investigating a murder. He is also a lawyer at the TVA, by the way. Then he stumbles upon this little girl that seemed to be lost, and refers about the monster in the stained glass window, and how she has blue teeth. Yeah, when I saw that blue teeth, I wasn't so sure what was wrong with that girl. Did she have some sort of disease or something? But she had this gum where it gave her blue teeth. I mean, can gum do that to your teeth? I'm not even sure. And then back at the TVA, Loki is being brought to court to ask him if he's guilty or not for violating the timeline in the first place. And as he was about to be drooned for good. And if you guys don't know what droon is, yeah, there's this little weapon thing where you just tap it against the person and then they vanish, like completely vanish. Luckily, Mobius came to his rescue to let him live. Then Mobius takes Loki to his office to interview him on who he is, what he loves, and what are his goals. Mobius then turns on a projector that shows Loki's life events. For example, when the Avengers defeated him in 2012, and when he killed Agent Coulson. If you guys don't know who Agent Coulson is, he was in the first Thor movie, and he was also in the first Avengers movie before Loki stabbed him in the back. Luckily, he was able to be brought back to life in a television series that is like all about him and a group that he brings together. But we're not here to talk about that. And then Mobius then shows Loki a scene where he pretended to be someone else on a plane and flirted with a flight attendant to get a big bag of money. D.B. Cooper is the name of the character that Loki was playing. Then Loki sees a scene that he doesn't remember where he gets his mom killed instead of sending her to Thor. And as Mobius gets distracted by one of the hunters, which is, yeah, I don't remember the hunters' names. Yeah, Loki escapes and forces Casey, played by Eugene Cordero, to give up the Tesseract. Then he goes back to Mobius' office while he and the others were trying to find him. Then Loki watches the other... Sorry, that was my phone. Loki watches the other times of his life where he and Thor watch their dad fade away into dust. He and Thor decide to fight side by side forever. And last but not least, he gets choked to death by Thanos at the beginning of the third Avengers movie. Yeah, when he saw that, he was like completely speechless. Like, oh my goodness, did I get killed by that guy? Yeah, he was just speechless. And honestly, I thought he would never figure that out. And as one of the hunters enter the room to catch him, Loki removes his collar and puts it on that hunter and sends her away. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, guys. Then Mobius comes into the room and Loki tells him about the power of killing. He explains it like it's the cruel, elaborate trick conjured by the weak to inspire fear. I wonder what that means. And then Loki and Mobius, they come to agreement that Loki becomes a hunter after Loki shows Mobius the Tesseract. Then at the very last scene of the episode, in 1858 in Oklahoma, hunters were searching for somebody in a dark field. I'm not sure what they were searching for. Then a hooded man shows up out of nowhere and drops a lantern on the ground, and the fire just spreads all around the grass, and then the hunters just get caught on fire. And as one of them was trying to reset the timeline, it was too late. Yeah, the episode just ends off right there. So yeah, like I said earlier, when I watched the very first episode, when I watched it, I really loved it, and I'm very intrigued in the series. I really, really am. So yeah, all the actors, yeah, they did a really good job acting and playing good characters in that episode. But some of them in that episode I don't really know, except for Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson. Yes, Tom Hiddleston plays a great Loki. He really, really does. In fact, he's been playing him for like a decade. In 2011, Tom Hiddleston played Loki in the very first Thor movie, and then as 2 and 3 came out, he still played Loki, and in the first Avengers movie, yeah, Tom Hiddleston still played Loki, and in the third movie, that's where the end of his life comes. Yeah, just Loki being choked to death by Thanos. And as for Owen Wilson, when I heard about him playing a character in that series, I was honestly surprised. I mean, let me tell you, I love Owen Wilson's acting. Yeah, he plays really great characters. And a character that he played, spectacular. I mean, for a character with grayish, whitish hair and a different hairdo, and he also wears a mustache. Yeah, Owen Wilson plays great characters. In fact, I loved his acting performance as Lightning McQueen in the Cars franchise, Hansel in the Zoolander franchise, and all the other movies that I've seen him act in. And as for Miss Minutes, she is played by the one voice actress that I'm sure everybody knows. We all know, right, guys? Yeah, Tara Strong, the voice actress of Twilight Sparkle and My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I mean, when I heard that character talk, I thought that voice sounded really familiar, although she had a Western accent. It sounded like Twilight doing an impression of Applejack. Just like, what are these people doing to her? Yeah, like, what are these people making her do? But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next episode, guys. I really am. So yeah. So if you guys want me to continue to review the all the Loki episodes one by one as they release, let me know down in the comments below. Do you guys want me to do it or not? Yeah. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm just making more content for you guys' entertainment. I really am. So yeah. Once again, guys, thanks for watching, and ahoy!